right.
Well, hey, everybody, glad to be with you for another one of our Zoom Business Boosts. We are excited for today's topic because it's an important one for a lot of businesses and a lot of information that I think will be really helpful. So, Wendy, I know that you have really gotten deeper into this as you've even served now on the SOCA board and even as a trustee now of this program. So, why don't you kind of share what you are excited
Mhm.
about, why we're having this webinar this month?
Yes, so very excited that we've got everybody here to talk about the SOCA benefit plan. That is our group health insurance that chambers of commerce that are affiliated with SOCA can offer to their members. And what's great about that is we'll tell you a little bit more and explain what MEWA really means. But what that does allow is as little as two people can actually get health insurance. And when we talk about that, it's actually group health insurance. So and it's a managed plan through the SOCA benefit plan in conjunction with Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, who we're excited that they are our exclusive partner for this. So you get all of their national branded products. There's anywhere from 32 to 36 different healthcare plans through Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield that you can elect from through the SOCA benefit plan. And it's just an amazing product. This is something, and this is really the bread and butter of SOCA. This is how SOCA started. And the Beaver Creek Chamber of Commerce was one of the first chambers to actually start SOCA and the benefit plan back in, gosh, I can't even remember the date. I think
16.
2017-ish, something like that. So we were excited to be part of it and excited because we realized that that's something our small businesses needed. So it's been wonderful to have our partners that can help sell our SOCA benefit plan, like McGowan and Braybender, as well as our partner, Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. So I'm excited to get this information out because if you, as a small business, didn't think you could offer health insurance, that is not the case because we can help you get the plans that work for you at a great group price. So, with that, I'm just proud to be part of the Board of Trustees for the SOCA Benefit Plan as well as your Chamber CEO, and just want to continue to help navigate this plan and continue to work with our partners to make it better and better so all of our small businesses can realize the gift of health insurance for their employees. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Chris to introduce
Yeah.
our guests that are here to
Yeah,
give you
so
more.
Absolutely. We have Carol and Kathy from McGowan and Braybender. And Carol, why don't you introduce you guys and tell us a little bit about yourselves? I know you're going to talk about McGowan towards the end and a little bit, I
Yep.
think. And also, folks, just real quick, if you have questions, put them in the chat and we will be able to kind of track that and answer things as we go along or at the end.
Thanks again for joining today. I'm Carol Harvey with McGowan Braybender. I'm a healthcare broker. I work with small businesses to identify good health plans for their employees and themselves. And today with me is Kathy Shiplett with Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. And we're reviewing the Southern Ohio Chamber Alliance benefit plan. I'm going to show you how it works and who qualifies and why small groups like yours use it. Small businesses carry the same healthcare burden as big ones without the bargaining power. Costs continue to rise and compound. I know everybody's seeing that. The plan choices are really limited when you're a small business. So the SOCA plan exists to level that playing field. Instead of buying a loan, you join thousands of small businesses in a single platform that spreads all that risk across all those members. It unlocks better pricing and simplifies the experience for you and your employees. So what is it? It's a MIWA. A MIWA is a multiple employer welfare arrangement, and it's a vehicle that allows small employers to pool together for the purpose of purchasing group health insurance, um, and that's why it exists. It is a self-funded plan. However, from your perspective as an employer, it operates just like a fully funded traditional plan. Behind the scenes, all of the minutia and requirements for the self-funding happen between the carrier and Anthem. I'm sorry, the carrier and SOCA. So you really don't get touched with any of that. It feels very much like a regular traditional plan, and your employees would never know. Um, who sponsors it is the Beaver Creek Chamber of Commerce through the SOCA Chamber Alliance, with Anthem as their carrier partner. And the why is big group style pricing, strong benefits, and operational ease. SOCA's MIWA covers tens of thousands of employers, family members across Ohio. The most recent nonprofit filing summarizes that they have 95,000 covered employees and dependents. That's a huge pool, that are participating in the plan. And to the best of our knowledge, SOCA operates the largest MIWA in the nation. So there's 4 pillars here for the benefits. Pooling not only drives cost-effective rates via underwriting, but there's power in negotiating flexible plan designs, stabilizing the cost, and extra savings when you pair dental and vision with it. There's simplified administration. There's one system for the employer to access, and a broad Anthem network, not only here locally, but across the nation. Financial strength, strong networks, integrated digital tools. Anthem provides local support. If questions or problems arise, we have a very strong relationship with the right people. And as an employer, you will too. They are very responsive and easy to work with. And because Anthem's partnership with SOCA is so strong, and because employers enter the MIWA through their local chambers, Anthem's they're highly invested in supporting those groups, as we are as brokers. The referral model creates a built-in accountability structure that benefits employees and employers. The cost advantages. It's a cost advantage because it's medically underwritten pricing and there's predictable monthly payments. Your premiums include everything that's on this slide. So you get a monthly bill that includes all of these items. And if you add the dental and vision, not only does it give you a cost benefit, which we'll look at in the next slide, but it also helps your group become healthier. Dental is very highly related to heart health and other things. So if you need to take care of the whole person, which makes everybody healthier, which keeps costs down and makes your employees happier and healthier. The credits range from $500 to $12,000 based on your group size. Again, that's Anthem PPO network, the Blue Card, and the Sydney Health virtual features. Some of the highlights of that. It's one card, one site, one app, virtual wellness, 24/7 chat. There's incentives that come along with that. And it's wellness incentives, account benefits information that they can all access on one place. Now, the eligibility and rules. If you want to join this SOCA plan, you must be under 50 total employees. So that's 2 to 50. 2 employees comprises a group. There is one exception to that I'll address in a minute. But at least one enrolling employee residing in Ohio and a chamber membership. 75% of all eligible employees after valid waivers need to participate. And there is a 50% employer contribution. That's typical with groups. Sole proprietors, that's the exception. The plan allows for a sole proprietor with one participant, which is the sole proprietor. But that is only if, and you have to submit proof that you are truly just a sole proprietor. You are not an LLC, S Corp, C Corp, any other type of business, because that is the defining factor that allows the one person group. Otherwise, you have to have 2 enrollees if you're any other type but a true sole proprietor. Before we go any further, uh, wanted to just give you a background of who I am and how I help small groups, but and we'll open it up for questions after this. But small group is an animal of its own. They have different laws, different compliance, different rules, different products, all these nuances and limitations. We've been headquartered in Dayton here for over 50 years, and we're deeply committed to the business community and especially small business. And we saw a huge opportunity that was being missed in helping small businesses. So I specialize in businesses with less than 50 total employees. I help educate them on all the options that are available. I help them with benchmarking that's actually relevant. We serve about 650 small businesses with under 50 employees, so we have access to a lot of data, de-identified, of course. Proactively preparing strategic pivot plans. So instead of getting that call at the end of the year with your renewal and it's outrageously high and you have nowhere to turn, we're going to prepare you in advance for that. So you have a pivot plan and you understand what the options are. We have live local dedicated account managers and teams that also specialize in small groups, and an advocate team that works with the employees on questions about their plans, helps them resolve billing issues, helps them get pre-approvals, all of those things that they come to you for, which could potentially be a HIPAA violation. So we serve as that barrier there, and we will help them. And that team is all that's all they do. There are, I think, 12 team members. So we believe that the small businesses deserve the same white glove service that the big businesses get. And you may even need it a little more with your limited resources. And I know a lot of you wear about 12 hats, and that's not exaggerating, but that's what we do. That's what I do. So here's for questions.
Yeah, Carol, one thing that came up that I threw into the chat,
Mhm.
you had mentioned just now about the sole proprietor, so I wanted to clarify this for people. So if you're a single owner LLC, does that equate to a sole proprietor or no?
No, it is only if you are an actual true sole proprietor, no LLC, because I'm not sure the reasoning behind it. Maybe Kathy does know, but with the state regulates that. And
Okay,
if you are an LLC, that separates the business from the person,
correct.
and that makes you a business which means that you have to have at least two enrolling to be a group.
Okay.
They made the exception for the sole proprietors only. Then, if you're not an LLC, you can qualify. You will have to provide your 1040 and your Schedule C.
So if you're a 1099 contractor and not under an LLC, that's where you're talking about, for instance, would be a sole
Um,
proprietor that way.
you could be, yes. I mean, that could be
Okay.
one of the things. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I just know we have a lot of small businesses that are starting up and really doing solopreneur, work. So depending on how they're
Hmm.
qualified, right?
Correct.
So, um, Wendy, is there any questions that you have been fielding with members by any chance in your conversations?
I think the biggest one that people ask is similar to what you did, Chris. It's like, how many people do I have to do it? And I know um, the sole proprietor is one, but I think, and Kathy, Carol, tell me if I'm wrong, but in certain instances, when we have this instance, if you have two or three people, may say two people that could qualify for insurance, but one of them has a spouse who has coverage and you have to waive it. If you waive coverage in certain instances, and that would waive you out, that one person can still get the coverage for that business due to that waiver that would have made it two, or something
Actually,
along that line.
yeah. So actually, you would need to have two enrolling in order to offer the group coverage. So if you have three people that are eligible, one of them has spousal coverage, we consider that a valid waiver because a group does have to meet a minimum participation. You can't have 25 employees and only two choosing to take the coverage if everybody else just says, no, I don't care to have insurance. But if you have a valid waiver, you have an individual policy, you're covered by a spouse, Medicare, um, Medicaid, those are considered valid waivers, and that doesn't count against your participation. But we do still have to have a minimum of two enrolling.
Okay.
That's good.
Awesome.
A question I get a lot is employers want to investigate getting into a plan that is pooled because they know that in a pooled plan that the risk is spread and the premiums can be much more stable. And the MIWA is one of the only ways for them to do that, especially if they're under about 25 employees. So, and they don't realize that that is an option that's available. And they don't realize that it's a pool. So I do get a lot of questions like that.
Yeah, and this MIWA too, and there's not many in Ohio, um, but I can say with certainty that a lot of people, when they think about these pooled plans, and you had it on one of your slides, Kathy, but
Mhm.
we are well able to take care of this pool, and there's no issue with the stop loss. I mean, I think that is on some of those backsides, but it's a very good fund. We're not worried about running out of money and not being able to pay claims. I know some folks or businesses get concerned with that when they look at a pooled plan. They're like, oh my gosh, what if something happens and we can't pay out? But that is not an issue and doesn't look like it will be ever with the SOCA benefit plan. Is
No, in fact,
it's very well funded and put together and run, and there's not an issue of us not of that fund not being able to pay out for claims.
that's a very good point. And there's over, I think, 7,500 member businesses.
Hmm.
And I think the number was 95,000 covered
Right.
members.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There are it's heavily regulated by the state. There's audits and forms and reports that have to be submitted to the state. And there is a reserve fund that has to be completely funded. To our knowledge, this is the largest MIWA in the country and the most successful.
Mm.
Yeah, and I know we've been getting, more emails and inquiries even recently. And Carol, I know, the fact that we have folks like yourself that can answer all the details is really huge
Mhm.
for us as a chamber because we talk about this regularly. We try to keep this in front of people, but you're
Mhm.
the experts and, you guys have the resources. And so we're really grateful that, I've had three or four people I've just recently emailed you and said, hey, these people are interested. Can you give them answers and help them? And even if
Yeah.
it's not the answers they even hope for, maybe, right? Because they don't qualify, I think there's a lot of
Mhm.
education that it helps people to understand what their business is. So we definitely want to
Right.
encourage people check into this because even, you might learn something, whether it works for you or doesn't, you can learn maybe some things that can help you navigate the health insurance landscape.
Yes. And I've been working with small businesses for almost 40 years in
Wow.
the Dayton, Ohio region, um, in a few different capacities, business to business. And even if we don't have a great solution for you, I will help you find one, even if it's not through me.
Mhm.
And there's other things in the business that you guys offer actually, or I've gotten a few questions recently about the uh, workers' comp group rating,
Mhm.
Hmm.
which
Mhm.
is also a huge discount. So,
Yeah, we probably need to get a business boost on that one pretty soon too, Wendy.
I know everybody loves to talk about workers' comp. It'll be a huge draw.
I know, I
it's so
know.
much. Well, it's as fun as insurance. So,
Right. You
But
know,
here's the
but
thing, they
another
all
plug
like
for you.
saving money.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Right. Another plug though for you too, Carol, and everything is that, not every broker knows or is well versed with the SOCA benefit plan. And some brokers don't have never even heard of it. So really, if you're looking for health insurance, you're a chamber member or have questions, reach out to us so we can get you to the right partner who can help you with this plan because there's nothing worse, and I'm sure we've all experienced with insurance in some form or fashion, whether it be car, life, whatever, If you don't go to the right people that have the right information, it's just can be a mess and a terrible thing to try to navigate through. So we have this wonderful plan that is open to you. If you qualify, you have to qualify, and there's more work to be done when you have to apply for this one. But it's well worth it. But let us get you to the right partners that can help you, that understand the plan, that have the resources to get you through it.
Mhm. Absolutely. All right. If you have questions, Carol, do you want to go back one slide and put your contact info up there again?
Yeah.
Yes, and I think we're going to be sending this out.
There you are. Okay.
Mhm.
Just so I know, since we're recording this and people will be watching it
Yep.
later down the road too, I want to make sure they know how to reach you. So there's Carol's info. So if you have any questions, once again, reach out to us. We can connect you with Carol and a team, or you can go to her directly. But we just, like I said, we want to bring these types of webinars to you to help you with your businesses, because we know that especially the healthcare and insurance landscape, these days is pretty confusing and overwhelming in some cases. And as a business owner or leader, you're trying to save money and also doing well by your people. So we're glad that Carol and Kathy, you were able to join us today, and we appreciate that. And we hope that we can connect some more folks to you all and help you get some answers and get people on the plan.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All right,
Carol. Thank
everybody.
you, Kathy.
Have a
Yeah.
great day.
Yeah, so
Bye-bye.
we'll put this on the YouTube channel soon, folks. And then next month, just as a teaser, next month's topic is actually going to be about how to utilize the media and local news in your business, and how to connect with them, what they're looking for, news stories, how to connect and pitch stories about your business. And Steve Diorio, he's the assistant news director at WDTN. He's going to be joining us next month. So we're trying to cover a broad swath of topics that can affect your business and help you. And so that'll be what we do next month. So be looking out for that. The event is already on our website at calendar, so you can sign up for that if you want to. But we'll also be promoting that over the next month as well. So, but thanks everybody for joining us. And we'll have this up on the YouTube channel soon. And it's out there on Facebook land as well right now. So we will see you guys later.
All
Have
right.
a great
Have a
day.
great week, everyone. Thank you again so much.
Bye bye.
Bye.